Our next guest is a former Major League Baseball player. He played for more than 15 years and even has not one but 2 World Series rings. But it's what he's doing now off the field that we wanted to share with you today. Please welcome to our show, Jeff Conine. Hi.
How you doing?
This is great to have you here. It's not very often that we get to introduce our viewers to a pro baseball player.
Well, I'm glad to be here.
Tell me a little bit about your baseball career. I mean, 15 years, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I grew up in Southern California. I went to UCLA in my college days and got drafted by the Kansas City Royals. Then way back when there was a thing called the expansion draft, and that's what brought me to South Florida. I was picked by the Florida Marlins in the expansion draft and started my career here. And we basically have set up our home here and had 3 children born and raised here. So we are now officially Floridians. And
you still work in the world of baseball, not on the field, but off the field. Tell us about that.
I retired in 2007, not 1997, 2007 with the Florida Marlins. And since then I've become front office executive, so to speak, with the team, and do a little TV with Fox, and really enjoying keeping in the baseball world but not having to travel.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. You get to keep your mind in the game.
Exactly.
And you have a few interesting nicknames. Tell our viewers your nicknames and how you feel about them.
Well, since I was with the original team, the original Marlins, and was with both World Series championship teams, they have nicknamed me Mr. Marlin since I was from the get-go. And my last name, Conine, you know, baseball, no one ever calls me Jeff or Conine. It's always nicknames. So Niner is my baseball nickname.
It's your baseball nickname.
And well, originally, early on, Chris Berman with ESPN, right when Arnold Schwarzenegger was doing his Conan the Barbarian series, that was me, Conan the Barbarian. So I've had it goes across the whole gamut.
We can thank Chris Berman for that one.
Yes.
Now, you have been doing some tremendous work, if you will, with families whose children are hospitalized. Tell me a little bit about this work that you've been doing, the Conine Clubhouse. Well,
it's a facility right across the street from the Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital, which is in the Memorial Hospital building in Hollywood. And it's a place where families can stay free of charge while their children are being treated at Joe DiMaggio's. And, you know, since 1997 when it opened, about 7,000 families from many different countries, especially Latin America and the Caribbean, have stayed at the Conine Clubhouse. And you know, like I said, it opened in 1997. They bestowed the name Conine Clubhouse in 2003 because of the work of our golf tournament, which we've had since 1995. Our golf tournament, the funds raised there basically operate the clubhouse for the year. So, you know, the South Florida community has been unbelievable in supporting our golf tournament, which is going in its 17th year. And the Conine Clubhouse is just a really special place for the families.
Well, it is, because it offers comfort to the families who are in a very uncomfortable, very difficult situation, having their children hospitalized.
It is, and unfortunately we've had to use it. Our youngest son was hospitalized there at Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital for a week, and we got to stay in the clubhouse and experience, I guess, the fruits of our labor firsthand and realize what a special place it really is.
And it brings, I'm sure, families together that are going through similar situations, so that they have almost a support group, people they can talk with.
Automatic support and comfort, and there's a lot of gathering areas and places that families can share their experiences and draw hope from.
Now, we actually paid a visit to the Conine Clubhouse here in South Florida. Let's take a look.
I recently gave birth to my son, and on the day that we were expecting to go home from the hospital, we discovered, or the doctors discovered, that he had a congenital heart defect, heart disease.
The Conine Clubhouse is a free of charge facility for the families to stay when their children are being treated at Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital.
The first night we had let them know that we didn't really have anywhere to stay. We stayed somewhere else, and the very next day we were here.
They get a place to stay free of charge and a facility where they can relax, come back, take a shower, take a nap, and go back to be with their child.
He was transported here from somewhere else, and the very first day we got here was, I mean, they just showered us with, can we get you anything? Do you need anything? And the whole time we've been here, it's been that way.
When a parent has a child in the hospital, there's nothing else that they want to think about other than their child and treating their child and making sure their child has the best of everything. And that this facility can help promote the families to have some peace.
It's allowed me to be able to be here anytime should something happen. It was actually very, very good that we were here, because there was a weekend where we got a phone call at 2 a.m. that where we were almost losing our son. And we were right across the street. We were able to run over, and thankfully, you know, he's fine now. But it was definitely wonderful.
Jeff Conine's involvement is a huge, huge impact on not only the Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital, but in our community. Mr. Marlin is, you know, a big name, and people get excited to be a part of this facility.
What they're doing is amazing. Please keep it up, because families like ours who really get displaced, it's made it easier for us to handle the situation. So it's definitely a huge help, and definitely continue to do it, because I can't imagine not having it, for sure.
Wow, it really is just, and I said it before, an amazing thing that you're doing. What inspired you to do this kind of work, to do something like this?
Well, when we first, my wife Cindy and I first got down to South Florida, when you know the team helps you kind of match you up with what you'd like to do in the community, and our first and foremost thing we wanted to do in the community is work with children. So a former teammate of mine, Orestes Estrade, took me over to the hospital for a luncheon, which included Mr. DiMaggio, Tommy Lasorda, because the Dodgers were in town, and some other baseball people. And I just got to see firsthand what kind of people run that hospital, and the Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital Foundation. And they do an unbelievable job of making it feel like you're not in a hospital and treating you like family, which is very important to us.
How has this work and this experience and doing the golf tournament every year, how has that changed you, or changed your perspective, even of the people who work in your industry and help support the process?
Well, it changes you when you become a parent and you become a father, and you see your kids growing up, and you realize the work and the care that's being put forth at the Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital. And you know, you hope that your kid is never in that situation that has to go to the hospital, but if they do become hospitalized, you want them to go to a place like that, and it's an amazing place for you to devote your time and your efforts, and the community's really supported it, and we encourage everyone that donates to our tournament to go visit the facility, because you know, it's money well spent.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today to tell us more about it, and for being here, for all the work that you do here in South Florida. We certainly appreciate it.
My pleasure. It was nice visiting.
Well, thank you very much. Now, if you would like more information on the Conine Clubhouse, you can simply visit the Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital website at jdch.com.